Hello and welcome to this guide about how to use YVE in Mobile Legends. YVE is a mage hero with strong area of effect damage skills and is great at slowing enemies. A few pros of this hero are the great area of effect damage skills and high movement speed when using the right setup. YVE also got some strong slow skills as well as a big casting range. Of course, there are also a few cons. Like heroes with high mobility are strong against her and she's less effective against tanky heroes. Also, mana consumption can be a bit of a problem, but these are all fine in most situations. So let's go over her skills quickly and start with her passive. It's probably the most boring passive, because all it does is getting 1 stack each time she deals damage to an enemy, which can go up to 10 stacks. These stacks add some extra cost for her ultimate, which we'll go over in a moment. Skill 1 is also a really easy skill. It just deals magic damage to a small area and the center part of the skills deals some extra magic damage. When successfully casting this skill, YVE gains 55% extra movement speed for a while, which is halved against non-hero units. The cooldown of skill 1 gets reduced by half a second when you manage to hit an enemy hero with the center part of the skill. Skill 2 consists of 2 phases, where the first one summons a crystal and deals some magic damage. She's then able to cast it again to deal damage 6 times and slow the target up to 60%. Finally we have her ultimate, which is the coolest skill of YVE. By casting this skill she creates a big rester. Meanwhile she isn't able to walk and gets a shield that's based on the amount of stacks from her passive. You can then cast 2 different skills by sliding or tapping in the rester. When sliding, YVE can select multiple squares to deal damage for 6 times and slow the target by 60%. Tapping just deals a high amount of magic power on 1 square. She can cast 15 attacks, but you can add 10 more by the amount of passive stacks you've obtained. If YVE is controlled, she stops using her ultimate. More about her combos and how to use her skills can be found in the gameplay plus tips and tricks part of this guide. For emblems, I suggest you pick the custom mage emblems with points in magic penetration and the 10% discount from items. You definitely need the following items to have a good balance between magic power, mana regen, magic lifesteal and item effects, which you'll see in a moment. I suggest you use flame shots to keep enemies away from you. So when using YVE, start by buying boots, leveling up skill 2 and move towards the mid lane to hide. You want to wait until the minions arrived and clear the wave as soon as possible to become level 2.
Great power comes with great responsibility.
Try to poke the enemy as much as possible, because you want to drive him away from the minions and let him recall, so you stay ahead.
I am their natural enemy. That is inevitable. First blood. What I need to care is what I need to do.
Always check your minimap, especially when using YVE, because she's a great gank hero.
There are countless planes.
Always prioritize the minion wave when they arrived, instead of using your skills to poke the enemy. You want to clear the wave as fast as possible to gank another lane or attack the enemy mid lane hero. When becoming level 4, the fun can begin, and this is when ganking gets really easy. Just make sure you always use skill 2 before casting your ultimate to slow the target. Then start by dragging to slow the enemy even further. and then tap to deal high amounts of damage.
The creators would die, just like their creations.
In a team fight, you always want to position yourself behind your allies. Only come to the front to cast your skills and then return back right away, so you can cast your skills safely. Don't forget to always clear your wave as fast as possible and only attack the turret when you're quite sure there's no enemy around that might gank you. With the burning wand, the poking gets a lot more effective, so keep this in mind. Quick chat can help you to prepare your allies from your gank, so let them know you're about to attack. So start your combo with skill 2 to slow, then you can cast skill 1 for some extra damage, and if the enemies aren't killed yet, you can easily finish them with your ultimate.
Ice enemy. That is inevitable.
The next item is the Ice Cream Wand, which is perfect for IVE, since all her skills deal a real effect damage and can slow very well.
What I need to care is what I need to do.
Her ultimate is also perfect when an enemy receives a long stun, since you can just simply tap to deal massive amounts of damage. Poking works really well against the enemies with low HP and preferably no healing abilities. This forces them to recall to recover HP. When using her ultimate, you always want to position yourself on a safe as possible place, so the enemies won't harass you while you deal damage. So once again, start your combo with skill 2 to slow the enemies, then skill 1 and finish with your ultimate on a safe distance to deal high damage and drive the enemies backwards. Then just poke enemies from a safe distance without taking too much risk. Remember that IVE has great slow skills and high movement speed. Just make sure you don't miss your skills to keep them on a distance. Always prioritize these squishy heroes and just keep poking them. You also want to target wherever you can hit the most amount of enemies, because IVE slows really helps a lot in team fights.
I am their natural enemy. That is inevitable. All I want to do is hunt them.
This was my guide about how to use IVE in Mobile Legends. I really hope this showed you how powerful she can be, and I hope it helped you a lot. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you again in the next guide.